You used to laugh more. You used to feel excited about little things like getting coffee or watching your favorite show. You had dreams, hobbies, a personality that actually felt like you. And now, you wake up and it's like someone turned the color down on your entire life. You're tired, unmotivated, numb, and half the time you're wondering, why don't I feel like myself anymore? This video is going to answer that. But, spoiler, it's not because you're broken, it's because of what happened to you. Let's talk about what narcissistic abuse really does to your personality. Welcome back. I'm Dylan, and today we're talking about something that most people don't even realize: the emotional and psychological traits of someone who survived narcissistic abuse. Because if you've ever looked in the mirror and thought, who even am I anymore? You're not alone. And you're not crazy. You adapted to survive someone who trained you to minimize yourself. And this video is here to help you understand exactly how that survival mode shows up in your life today. So, let's get into it. Trait number 1, you don't feel joy or excitement like you used to. This is one of the first things I hear from survivors. I just feel numb, like nothing excites me anymore. And that's not laziness, it's not you being ungrateful, it's your nervous system being exhausted. You spent so long walking on eggshells, managing someone else's moods, trying to avoid the next emotional landmine, that joy got shut down to make room for survival. Over time, you trained yourself to avoid highs because highs usually came with a crash. You learned that if you got too excited, something bad might follow. So now, your body resists feeling good because it doesn't trust it. You're not joyless, you're just still healing. Trait 2, you live in a cycle of anxiety and depression. 1 minute, you're on edge, racing thoughts, heart pounding. The next, you're numb, on the couch, wondering why you can't move. And you probably blame yourself for both. But what if I told you that's exactly what chronic emotional abuse does? It wires your brain to stay on alert. And when that alert system burns down, you crash. That cycle of anxiety and depression, it's not proof that you're unstable. It's proof that your brain and body are still trying to recover from the trauma they endured. Trait 3, you constantly second guess yourself. You can't make a simple decision without spiraling into, is this the right choice? Will they be mad? Am I overthinking this or underthinking it? You second guess everything, from what you said in a text to whether you're allowed to take a day off. And it makes sense. You were trained to distrust yourself. Every time you spoke up, they twisted your words. Every time you had a gut feeling, they told you were paranoid. You were punished for being confident and rewarded for compliance. So, of course your mind now hesitates before trusting itself. But hear this, your intuition didn't die, it just got quiet. And with healing, it can get loud again. Trait 4, you struggle to make decisions, even small ones. What do you want for dinner? A normal question to most people. A full-blown mental breakdown to a narcissistic abuse survivor. Because you spent so long being told your preferences didn't matter, or worse, that they were wrong. You learned that making a choice meant potential judgment, rejection, or guilt tripping. So now, decisions feel like a threat, even the little ones. But this isn't a flaw, it's a freeze response, one your brain developed to avoid punishment. You're not indecisive, you're protecting yourself. And that's something we can unlearn. Trait 5, You feel numb or emotionally flat. You cry less than you used to. You laugh less. You feel less. And it scares you. Because it's like there's a fog between you and your emotions. And you miss the version of you who felt things. Here's what I want you to know. That numbness is a shield. It formed when the pain got too heavy, when feeling everything would have broken you. So, your brain hit the emergency brakes. It turned down the volume on everything just so you could function. You haven't lost your emotions. They're just waiting until it's safe to come out again. Trait 6, you feel guilty for feeling good. You finally have a good day. And immediately, your mind ruins it. Don't get too comfortable. What if something bad happens? Maybe I don't deserve to feel this way. This is one of the most toxic leftovers from narcissistic abuse, because you were conditioned to believe that happiness comes with a cost. Every time you felt light, they made sure to drag you back down. So your body associates joy with danger. Now, even in their absence, you sabotage your own happiness because part of you still fears the fallout. It's not that you can't enjoy life, it's that joy feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar feels unsafe. But guess what? You can retrain your brain to receive joy again. And every time you allow a little more in, you're taking your power back. Trait 7, you don't know who you are anymore. This is a big one. Because you spent months, maybe years, minimizing yourself, pleasing them, avoiding conflict, and becoming whoever they needed you to be. Now that they're gone, you're left thinking, if I'm not who I was in that relationship, then who am I? It's a terrifying but powerful place to be. Because the truth is, your old self didn't disappear, they just got buried under survival instincts. And now, you get to rebuild. You get to be intentional, to figure out what you like, what you want, what you believe. This isn't a loss of identity, it's an opportunity to finally discover the real you. Trait 8, you think love is supposed to hurt. You feel drawn to emotionally unavailable people. You find calmness boring. You think love is supposed to feel like chasing, proving, and suffering. Why? Because that's how the narcissist taught you to define love. They dangled affection like a carrot. They gave you breadcrumbs. They made you believe that your worth equals how hard you're willing to fight for them. Now, your nervous system equates love with tension. And peace, it feels suspicious. But love isn't supposed to hurt. Love is supposed to feel safe. And it might take time to get used to that, but I promise it's worth unlearning the lies. Trait 9, you over-apologize and over-explain everything. You say, sorry, when someone bumps into you. You justify your choices like you're on trial. You feel the need to clarify things that didn't even need explaining. This isn't overthinking, it's a trauma response. You were trained to think everything was your fault, to preempt their moods, to walk yourself to the chopping block so maybe, just maybe, they wouldn't swing the axe. Now, you carry that programming into everyday life, explaining things that don't need explained, apologizing for simply existing. Here's your permission to stop. You don't owe the world an explanation for taking up space. Trait 10, you're hyper aware of everyone's moods. You walk into a room and instantly, you're scanning, reading facial expressions, analyzing tone, bracing for impact. This isn't intuition, it's hypervigilance. And while it helped you survive the narcissist, it's exhausting now. You became a master of reading people because your safety depended on it. But you deserve to unclench. You don't need to monitor the emotional weather of every person around you. You're allowed to just be. Do you see how much of this isn't just anxiety or just insecurity? It's conditioning. It's survival mode. It's years of emotional warfare that left you emotionally homeless. But like you learned these patterns, you can unlearn them. And here's where that starts. If you related to this list, I want you to take a deep breath right now, because this is your proof that you're not crazy, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. You are the result of chronic emotional abuse, but you don't have to remain a prisoner in it. So, here's what I want to leave you with. Step 1, name what happened. Stop calling it a bad relationship. It was abuse, emotional, psychological, spiritual. Naming it gives you the clarity and power to separate yourself from it. Step 2, rebuild safety. You cannot heal in chaos. Start building routines, spaces, and people that feel safe, even if it's just lighting a candle every night and letting your body breathe. Step 3, relearn what joy feels like. Do one small thing every day that used to make you smile. Even if it feels awkward at first, you're not trying to fake happiness. You're retraining your brain to receive it. Step 4, reclaim your identity. Start journaling who you were before them. Explore new hobbies. Make decisions without asking for permission. Get curious about what life looks like when you're no longer dimming yourself. Step 5, connect with others who understand. Healing in isolation is hard. Follow creators who get it. Join support groups. Read books. Watch videos. Comment below. Let yourself be seen. You survived something that tried to erase you, but you're still here. You're still breathing. And I promise you, your joy, your fire, yourself, they're not gone. They're just waiting for you to come back. And when you do, you're going to be stronger, wiser, and so much more alive than you were before. You're not just a survivor, you're a rebuilder. And you've got this. If this video resonated with you, drop a comment down below and let me know which trait hit you the hardest. And if you're ready to reclaim your life, start by commenting, "I'm coming back to me." You never lost yourself, you just got buried. Let's dig you out together.